Ireland are entering their golden generation. Finally, after several years of pain, after 7 years without a major tournament, finally we're seeing some promising Irish players coming about. Finally we are seeing a generation of Irish footballers that we can look positively upon. In this video I'm going to be looking at all the players playing consistent top level football, and I'm going to be talking about them. I'm going to be telling you how far I think they can go and how key I think they can be for Ireland in the upcoming years. Before we do get into that video, make sure to leave a like if you enjoy, subscribe if you are new, and if you really want to support the channel, feel free to become a channel member. I'll start off with Evan Ferguson, who has been unbelievable this season. He really broke into the team after the World Cup, and as things currently stand, he's a better goal to minute ratio than Erling Haaland this season. You think Haaland's unbelievable? Well, try be Evan Ferguson. 5 matches, 3 goals. We've been waiting for 7 years for a Robbie Keane replacement. We thought we had it in Shane Long. He was good, but he was not quite Robbie Keane. David McGoldrick, different kind of player, didn't really score the goals for Ireland. Although he did put in a lot of work, he just didn't score the goals. We had a while where we were focusing on the likes of Aaron Connolly and Adam Ida. Those have both really gone out of the Ireland squad. For a few months there, we had Micheal Obefemi and Troy Parrott. Evan Ferguson is going to be the person I would want to partner Micheal Obefemi. Ferguson is your traditional big striker. He's over 6 feet tall. He's good in the air. Look at that header he scored versus Leicester. From so far out, to score a header with that much power, with that much precision, it's unbelievable. He really showing his talent. Evan Ferguson could be another Aaron Connolly. He didn't really live up to the heights we thought he would when he started scoring a few goals for Brighton, which is what Evan Ferguson is doing, but I think he can keep this up. He did recently come off the pitch injured versus Liverpool, so that is quite concerning, but I think he will be fine. I think he'll get back up. He'll come back relatively quick and continue to score goals for Brighton, and I think he deserves to start for Ireland, definitely in the friendly versus Latvia in March, and I would probably start him versus France in March, provided that injury isn't that bad. Ireland have lacked a goal scorer in the last couple of years. I mean, for 4 years we were looking at Shane Duffy as our highest goal scorer, a centre-back who only really scored in the 85th minute when we needed an equaliser. He wasn't going to get us anywhere because, well, he's a centre-back. You can't rely on a centre-back for goals. But now we have a young striker, 18 years of age, but I think he deserves to start. Troy Parrott, he's been injured a lot of this season. He hasn't been great on loan at Preston. But Evan Ferguson is in a higher division playing in a very informed Brighton team, and he is scoring goals. Brighton haven't had a proper striker since Glenn Murray. Even Brighton's manager said they don't really need a striker. Along comes Evan Ferguson. All of that suddenly changed, and he is starting every match at just 18. Joe Hodge is another Irish talent that's broken into a Premier League team after the World Cup. He really impressed me in their opening meeting versus Liverpool in the FA Cup. I thought he was brilliant, along with Nathan Collins, who we'll talk about later. Joe Hodge is yet to get into the Irish team. He's currently playing at under 21 level, but I don't think that will be for long. He's been very good for Wolves. He looks a real talent. Now on to his Wolves teammate Nathan Collins, who we've all been impressed with over the last year. He broke into that Burnley side after getting a transfer from Stoke, and he was quite good under Sean Dyche. Then he got himself a £20 million move to Wolves, displacing Conor Cody. Conor Cody's in the England squad. That proves that an Irish player would get into the England squad. Life didn't start off great for Nathan Collins, a couple of poor performances, but then a man of the match performance versus Liverpool in the FA Cup, a man of the match performance versus Man United in the Premier League. Things have started to really look up for Nathan Collins. He's just 21, realistically. He's going to be starting for Wolves for another couple of years, and I can honestly see him getting the move to a big 6 club within the next 3 years. I think he is that good. Nathan Collins has already broken into the Ireland squad. He's definitely a starter. He's already made 6 appearances and of course scored that beautiful goal versus the Ukraine. As things stand, he's Ireland's most expensive ever player, so he has a lot to live up to. He's an incredibly promising centre-back. He's very talented. I think he'll go right to the very top. Gone are the days where Seamus Coleman was the only Irish player playing consistently in the Premier League. I've already mentioned 3, now on to my 4th, Gavin Bazunu, the youngest goalkeeper starting in the Premier League. Bazunu's played every single one of Southampton's Premier League games, and life hasn't really been great. 35 goals conceded. And I know this is a little bit biased, but you also have to put a little bit of blame on Southampton's defence. But I don't think Bazunu's been anything special. I feel like there's been a few good performances, but for the most part, I don't think he's been great. He will be back, though. I think Gavin Bazunu has shown so much promise for Ireland. You look back a few years ago when he broke into that team. He saved Ronaldo's penalties. He's put in a lot of good performances for Ireland, and I think he will start to show that for Southampton. But on average, most goalkeepers go till about 35, so Gavin Bazunu could be going for another 15 years, and he's nowhere near his peak. He's going to keep getting better and better, and he will go to the top. You look at Nathan Collins and Gavin Bazunu, who we looked at over the last year, and they've definitely been very good for Ireland. They're starting to show it in the Premier League, and I do think they're going to go high in football. Jayson Molumby is a player I've always loved for Ireland, and I don't understand how he's not playing in the Premier League. I've always loved him. I've always thought he's brilliant. I was surprised when Brighton sold him because I do think he could have got into that Brighton team. He's a pressing monster. He'll run for days. He's a midfielder that most managers would like, and I'm surprised, and I'll say it again, he's not a Premier League player because I do think he is that quality. Now he is 23, so if you class him as a youngster, but he is the next generation. He will be starting for Ireland in the next couple of years, and he will be a key player in years to come when we do eventually finally start qualifying for major tournaments. Now on to an Irish player that's gotten a move just today. Micheal Obefemi has joined Burnley. It's loan with an option to buy in the summer, and I think it's a very good move for Obefemi. Burnley are currently comfortably top of the championship. It looks like he'll be playing Premier League football, and it's what he deserves. He's a fantastic player, treated wrongly at Swansea. He's gotten criticism because of his lack of dedication to Ireland over the years, but he's shown that he is dedicated in the last year. He started scoring goals, and you just think when we play France, and although it is a scary prospect with Obefemi and Evan Ferguson up front, I do think we can cause some problems. Obefemi is still 22. We're entering this Ireland golden generation where you see a lot of talented players still very young. They're only going to get better. Things are only going to start getting better. It's sad to see players like Seamus Cullen, Robbie Brady, James McLean, players of the last generation, slowly but surely retire. You even look at the players that haven't developed into first team football yet, but they are still very talented, especially in Milan. And yes, it is weird to be talking about Irish players in Milan. At Inter Milan you have Kevin Zefi, and at AC Milan you have Cathal Heffernan. Staying in Italy you have Festy Ebosele, who is playing first team football, although it is limited. He is playing for Udinese. Although Josh Cullen isn't that young, he's still a very good player, playing at Burnley week in, week out. He's going to be playing Premier League football next season. I haven't even mentioned Jason now, who's somehow playing in League One. You have Darrow O'Shea, Omabama Diele. There are a lot of talented players coming up for Ireland. And I think eventually, after this very long wait, that we are going to be playing in a major tournament. And I think if all goes to plan, this generation might just be able to even possibly compete for one. But look, let me know what you think of that in the comments. I'm probably going a little bit far, but I've went over most of the players. I've probably missed out on a few. Let me know who you're most excited about. I'm definitely most excited about Evan Ferguson. Jayson Molumby has already really broke through, but he's someone I've always loved. Nathan Collins, Gavin Bazunu. I'm just so excited for Irish football in the future, but let me know what you think in the comments. My preview for the Euros qualifiers will be coming out next month, so make sure to subscribe and notifications turned on for that. Thank you all so much for watching the video. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy, subscribe if you are new. If you really want to support the channel, feel free to become a member. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Slán go fóill.